Free higher education in Namibia is imminent, and it is already being celebrated. The new Namibian president Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah announced on Thursday that her administration will introduce free higher education at state universities and technical colleges starting in 2026. Hello everyone. A big thank you to all the subscribers. Please I ask you to share, like and comment on the videos. I would like to know how you feel about the topics I present to you. Thank you. If anyone is watching this and has not yet subscribed, please I ask you to do so. Thank you. Let us continue. Nandi-Ndaitwah, sworn in as the country's first female president last month, announced this during her State of the Nation speech to Parliament. I am pleased to announce that from the next academic year, commencing 2026, tertiary education will become 100% subsidized by the government, she said. The new policy would remove tuition and registration fees at universities and colleges. By the way, Namibia already provides free education in public elementary and high schools, though parents typically must pay for school uniforms, stationery, books, and hostel fees. This is a major step toward improving opportunities for young Namibians. Other African nations should be watching this move carefully. Africa needs well-educated people big time, especially if they are to compete with the global north. This move comes as a major win for young Namibians. While the government already offers free primary and high school education, families still cover other costs like uniforms, books, and hostel fees. The new policy will now extend financial relief to higher education too. Poor and middle-class families will breathe easy. This is a huge subsidy for all parents. There is no more excuse for any young person not to be educated. The policy aims to address challenges such as youth unemployment and poverty, as over 2/3 of Namibia's population is under the age of 35. By removing financial barriers, the government hopes to create more opportunities for young people to pursue higher education and contribute to the country's development. It's a significant step toward making education more accessible and empowering the next generation. How does these compare with the UK? While Namibia's initiative to provide free education for higher learning is impressive, the financial feasibility and priorities of such policies differ greatly across countries like Namibia and the UK. Here's why the UK might face challenges in implementing a similar policy. Population size. The UK's population is far larger than Namibia's. As of 2025, the UK has around 68 million people, compared to Namibia's 2.5 million. Providing free higher education to all students in the UK would require significantly more resources and funding. Economic structure. Namibia's policy focuses on a relatively small number of public universities and vocational centers. In contrast, the UK has a complex and expansive higher education system, with many universities and diverse programs. Managing costs for such a system is inherently more challenging. Existing educational funding. The UK already invests heavily in education, from primary schools to universities. While students benefit from subsidized tuition fees, loans, and grants, shifting to entirely free higher education would involve reallocating a substantial portion of government spending. Political priorities. Namibia's move reflects a strategic focus on addressing poverty and youth unemployment, while the UK faces other pressing financial commitments, including healthcare, infrastructure, and social welfare programs. Balancing these priorities might make full subsidies less feasible. Taxation and budgeting. Higher taxes could be required to fund free education. In Namibia, public spending priorities differ, and the scale is smaller. Implementing similar policies in the UK would likely require significant changes to its taxation or budgeting policies, which could be politically sensitive. These differences highlight the complexity of adopting policies that work in one country and applying them to another. To delve slightly deeper into comparing Namibia's move to offer free education and why the UK might face challenges in replicating this, let's explore in detail. Population and scale. Namibia, with just about 2.5 million people and a smaller number of students eligible for higher education, the demand on resources is more manageable. Namibia's higher education infrastructure includes fewer universities and technical colleges, allowing for more targeted funding. UK. The UK has around 68 million people and a much larger population pursuing higher education. The UK also has an extensive and complex network of universities, with a diverse range of courses and research programs, which significantly increases costs. Let us take a look at gross domestic product, GDP, and education spending. Namibia. Namibia's GDP is significantly smaller than the UK's, but its government may allocate a relatively higher percentage of the budget to education. This reflects a strategic priority to invest in its youthful population and reduce poverty. UK. Despite a far larger GDP, the UK already spends heavily on education, healthcare, and other public services. Redirecting substantial funds to provide free higher education could require reducing investments in other critical sectors or increasing taxes. Cost of higher education. Namibia. The total cost of subsidizing higher education is likely lower due to fewer students, simpler educational systems, and comparatively lower operational costs of universities. UK. The UK's higher education institutions have high operational costs, including funding for world-class research, infrastructure, and staff. Additionally, many universities rely on tuition fees from international students, which might be disrupted by a policy shift to free education. Take a look at government priorities. Namibia. With high youth unemployment and poverty rates, Namibia's decision aligns with its goal to reduce inequality and provide opportunities for economic mobility. UK. The UK faces competing priorities, such as healthcare, e.g., NHS funding, social welfare, defense, and infrastructure development. Each of these areas requires substantial investment, making it harder to introduce entirely free higher education without trade-offs. How about the tax system? Namibia. With its smaller economy, Namibia's taxation system and revenue collection are scaled to its needs. The government can prioritize education spending without significantly restructuring its taxation policies. In the UK, to fund free higher education, the UK might need to increase taxes or reallocate budgets significantly, which could face political and public resistance. Let us take a look at cultural and economic context. Namibia. Free higher education reflects a broader movement in many African nations to prioritize education as a tool for development and to compete globally. UK. The UK has a more developed economy and educational system. While free education is an appealing idea, the UK may emphasize student loans and grants to balance access with financial sustainability. Education comes as standard. My conclusion. Namibia's policy is tailored to its specific context, addressing immediate socio-economic challenges with a relatively small-scale higher education system. In contrast, the UK's larger population, extensive education network, and competing budget priorities make a similar move far more complex. While the UK could adopt some aspects of Namibia's approach, implementing entirely free higher education would likely require significant structural and political changes. What do you think? Do you think the UK could approach education reform? And if so, how? Please share your thoughts in the comments section. Your ideas could generate a great conversation. Or what do you think of Namibia education system? Should the rest of Africa adopt the same ideas and system? Thank you so much for your time, and I wish you a great week ahead.